Welcome to History Zip, where we dive into the stories that shaped our world, all in just a few minutes. Today, we're uncovering one of the most devastating events in human history, the Black Plague. This disease didn't just kill millions. It reshaped societies, economies, and cultures in ways that still echo today. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more journeys into the past. Let's get started. It's the mid-14th century. Europe's population is thriving, trade routes are bustling, and cities are expanding. But amidst this prosperity, an invisible killer is on the move. The Black Plague, or Black Death, first surfaced in Central Asia, possibly originating in marmot populations. It traveled westward along the Silk Road, carried by merchants and their goods, eventually reaching Europe in 1347. The disease's journey into Europe began in the bustling port cities. Genoese ships arriving from the Black Sea carried not only spices and fabrics, but also infected rats and fleas, the primary vectors of the plague. When these ships docked, they brought death ashore, spreading the infection like wildfire. The Black Plague was not a single disease, but a combination of three forms caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis. The bubonic plague attacked the lymphatic system, causing swollen and painful lymph nodes, or buboes. The septicemic plague infected the bloodstream, leading to severe internal bleeding and blackened skin. Lastly, the pneumonic plague infected the lungs, making it the deadliest and most contagious form. Victims of the plague experienced symptoms that escalated rapidly: fever, chills, vomiting, and the infamous blackened boils. Death often occurred within days of infection, leaving little time for medical intervention. Between 1347 and 1351, the Black Plague killed an estimated 25 million people in Europe, nearly a third of the continent's population. Entire villages were wiped out, and urban areas where people lived in close quarters became death traps. The sheer scale of the epidemic overwhelmed society's ability to cope. Doctors, often untrained and superstitious, wore beaked masks filled with aromatic herbs to ward off the miasma, or bad air, which they believed caused the disease. But these measures proved ineffective. Medicine at the time had no understanding of germs or how the disease spread. As the death toll rose, societal structures began to collapse. Law and order disintegrated in many areas. People abandoned their families and homes, driven by fear of infection. The lack of understanding led to scapegoating. Jewish communities accused of poisoning wells faced widespread persecution and massacres. Religious fervor also intensified. The flagellants, a movement of self-punishing pilgrims, roamed cities and towns, whipping themselves to atone for humanity's sins. Others turned to extreme hedonism, believing the world was ending and seeking pleasure in their final days. The Black Plague reshaped the European economy. The massive loss of life led to a labor shortage, forcing landowners to pay higher wages and offer better working conditions. This shift began to erode the feudal system, paving the way for a more modern economy based on labor mobility and cash payments. Politically, the plague weakened the grip of the church and monarchies. As clergy and nobility succumbed to the disease alongside peasants, the rigid hierarchies of medieval Europe were called into question. The plague planted seeds of social and political change that would later bloom during the Renaissance. The Black Plague left an indelible mark on European culture. In art, themes of death and decay became prevalent, with macabre imagery such as the Dance of Death symbolizing humanity's fragility. Writers like Giovanni Boccaccio chronicled the horrors of the epidemic in works such as the Decameron, offering both a vivid account and a critique of societal responses. The Black Plague transformed the world in ways that still resonate. Its impact on public health practices, such as quarantine measures and sanitation improvements, laid groundwork for future advancements. It also highlighted the interconnectedness of the world, a reminder of how quickly diseases can spread through trade and travel. In modern times, researchers study the genetic traces of Yersinia pestis to understand its effects on human evolution. Survivors of the plague developed genetic adaptations that may have influenced resistance to other diseases, a testament to humanity's resilience. The Black Plague was more than a disease. It was a turning point in human history. From its devastating death toll to its transformative societal changes, it reshaped Europe and set the stage for the modern world. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you found this video fascinating, please like, share, and subscribe to History Zip for more incredible stories. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, Keep exploring the past to understand the present.